Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings wrote her famous book, Cross Creek, in 1942. Many of her stories were about her friends and neighbors who lived around her in Cross Creek. This play is based on those narratives about one of her favorite families, the Townsends. In chapter 4, she called it the Pound Party. The year is 1929. As the curtain rises, Marjorie is sitting in her typewriter on her front porch. She can see the road in front, which leads east towards Island Grove and past Cow Hammock. Her typing is interrupted by the approach along the road of Samuel Townsend. Now, Samuel is followed by his wife Leila, carrying baby Christine, and in single file the other children in order of age from the youngest to the oldest. As they approach close to the cabin, or her house, the front porch, Marjorie begins waving to them, and they all wave back.
Hey, Samuel. Heading to the creek, I see. Didn't know the brim were bed yet. Brim ain't bed yet, Miss Rawlings. We're going to catch us a mess of catfish.
I'm so worried, Miss Rawlings. We sure ain't nothing about it.
Speak up.
Look, Miss Rawlings, this one's a big one. I hope to run him out.
Now, Ellen, don't be bothering Miss Rawlings when she's doing her writing.
Oh, that's all right. I needed a break from this old typewriter. Let me see that big old night crawler, Emeline.
Sure is slimy and wiggly, Miss Rawlings.
You got frogs too, Miss Rawlings.
Thank you.
Oh,
They in my pocket.
Samuel. You youngins. Oh yeah, great class, come up. Curtain closes on scene 1. Act 1, scene 2. We're going to get set up for it right now. From the road, Emeline and her sister Beatrice approach walking. They stop in the yard right in front of Marjorie as she types.
Well, good morning, girls. What brings you out so early? Me and my roosters are just off the roost.
My name is Emeline, and my mom would be glad if you'd come to our pound party.
Well, I'd be glad to, but what is a pound party?
You bring a pound of something. A pound of butter, a pound of sugar, or a pound of candy. A cake will be just fine.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll bring my pound cake. You tell your mama I'll make a double batch of my largest cake.
Bye, Miss Rawlings.
Bye, girls.
They spin away and run towards the road home. South. Marjorie watches them go and then turns back to her typewriter and sits down. Curtain closes on scene 2. Townsend's porch. A large wooden table is in the center of the porch. On the table are a layer cake, soon to be a box of soda crackers, soon to be a jar of peanut butter, soon to be a knife, and soon to be a bucket of water with a ladle. 2 wooden benches are beside the table and along the back wall.
Just put the hook on him.
Scene 3. The children some are seated while others are standing. All appear to be watching for Marjorie to arrive. They're watching and watching, waiting. All appear to be watching. The girls are in starched dresses while the boys are in clean overalls and shirts. All, of course, are barefooted. Here she comes!
Yoo-hoo! How do you do? I hope I'm not late.
The children come out onto the porch.
How you doing, Miss Rawlings?
How do, Miss Rawlings?
You come on up here and have a seat, Miss Rawlings. We're sure glad you could come.
Marjorie hands her cake to Emeline, and Emeline and Beatrice, they carry it carefully to the center of the table. Then Emeline ushers Marjorie to her seat on the bench near Mrs. Townsend. Emeline says,
Them skeeters are bad, Miss Rawlings. I'll keep them off you.
Ella May grabs a newspaper off the floor. She's probably used to this. She sits down beside Marjorie and begins to fan Marjorie's legs to keep them skeeters away. Beatrice sits down on the other side of Marjorie and takes up fanning when Ella May legs the fanning.
We'll wait a while to eat, just in case.
Now small conversation begins, and then an awkward silence takes place as they're waiting for any other guests that might have been invited to come to the pound party.
The woods are full of blackberries this time of year. Leila, have you noticed?
Well, all the young'uns have been picking.
Barney Bass says the fishing's good out on Orange Lake. Must be a South Moon under.
I'll bring you that spring one day.
There's a noticeable lag again in conversation. The children sit idly slapping mosquitoes and kind of awkwardly waiting to see if anybody else is going to show up.
Be nice if Floyd blows some.
Blow some, Floyd.
Now Floyd draws out a harmonica from his pocket. He pulled out a chair and sat down and started patting his foot. Then he began blowing a sad whine. All the children began patting their feet too, or clapping. After a short while, Floyd stopped abruptly. He just asked him.
Be nice if Preston dance.
Some of the children grabbed 5-year-old Preston and pulled him out to the center stage. He was not reluctant. They retreated to seats and left him standing all alone. Floyd started blowing again. After a bit, Preston began to shuffle his feet. He and Floyd kept it up, it seemed like almost endlessly.
Preston holds out good, don't he?
This is amazing. Isn't neat?
As signaled, Preston and Floyd quit and retreat. Curtain closes on scene 3. Ella May says,
We sure like peanut butter and crackers.
we like peanut butter and crackers best. Miss Townsend picks up the jar of peanut butter with a spoon inside, with one hand and a cracker in the other. She walks over to offer both to Marjorie. All eyes are hopefully watching Marjorie.
Oh, no. Your cake looks really yummy. I'll just wait for that.
Leila sets the peanut butter and cracker back on the table. All children commence to devour it. Devour, devour, devour. Devour.